sheet that contains all the critical numbers. And they're going to
We're
try
going
to
to try to
make
make copies of this and pass it out to, whoever.
This question was about taxis, and will taxis be able to come in to the Kahakai Loop? And yes, they will. You will be able to use taxi services back in there.
But
With a vehicle, if there's an issue with the moving vehicle being too big, please speak with this gentleman right here. We'll get your information. We'll figure that out. We're not going to force you to stay. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Sorry for the wait.
Why isn't all this information on a website that we can go to, and then one place, and then every day you update it?
The website with all of the information in one place is the City and County of
You
Honolulu
said that was
website.
hard to figure out. Tell me something that we can understand easily.
None of the information has changed since it was initially released. I'm just trying to put it in a format that's easier to understand. The format that we put it out in was a format that was agreed to by a number of federal agencies in the City and County of Honolulu. It was put in language that the City and County thought would be easiest to understand. Believe me, getting directions that say Mackay, Cocoa Head, cleared through Washington wasn't easy. So we're trying to make this as accessible and understandable as we can. If you have questions now, this is that opportunity that I'd like to clarify.
You know what? There's no way you're going to be able to clarify it tonight with a map. We can't all see. Materials that you can't hand out to everybody. Get it on a website so we can go to it every day and see the information.
The website it still won't address all the individual questions. So if you have specifics, I invite you to stay afterwards and I'll talk to you individually. And that invitation is to any of you that aren't getting questions answered in the larger forum. Ma'am. Yes.
We have pedestrian access along the canal front.
Along the canal front, we haven't talked about this yet, the Alawai Promenade. The promenade will be closed at roughly equivalent with Kahakai Drive. It will be open all the way down to Ala Moana Boulevard from there. Only one day. There's only one permit for protesters, and as residents, you guys should be aware of that as well. On Friday morning, I don't know the exact times, but there is a permit for a protest group on the Alawai Promenade.
only on Friday morning.
That's the only day that I'm aware of. Actually, it's the only permit that's in yet. That could change. I mean, permits could come in at any minute. Now, one more thing I'd like to say about that, because there is one access point that is within our closure area from
Commodore Apartments?
the one closest to the convention center we've been talking about. Yes, Summer Palace. The access point from the Summer Palace parking lot onto the promenade falls within that closure zone. Okay?
So we cannot go out.
That's the only point that we are going to have to close an access point.
What about the access between the Commodore
That's the
Apartments?
only one that we're going to have to close. So you can use the Commodore. Any of those will be outside of the closure area.
So can you tell us where the protesters will be on the promenade?
Anywhere on the outside. Their permit is from our closure point, which is roughly equivalent with Kahakai, all the way to Ala Moana Boulevard. So they could be anywhere along there. My guess is they'll be as close to the convention center as they can.
Right.
But they have that permit
Right in front of the Summer Palace.
to the side of the palace.
Yes.
But aren't those gates all locked from that
No,
side?
we go to the
Are they private gates?
No.
May I have one?
The other ones too.
Okay.
No, I don't have that.
Oh, I see what you're saying. But that feeds onto private property. So that is an issue that you could take up. You'd have to take that up specifically with City County, probably HPD, because it's a trespass issue. Because that does fall outside of the area. They are very well aware of what trespass is. One, oh, the numbers?
Yeah. Some of you have asked for like a city website or some contact numbers, okay? So we made copies here.
Thank you.
So please come and get them, and this will lead you to the numbers regarding that we were rattling off earlier. So one for traffic questions,